How can a simple change before bedtime decide whether you sleep peacefully all night or wake up again and again to use the bathroom? For millions of seniors across America and India, nighttime urination has quietly become a daily struggle. You may drink less water in the evening, avoid tea or coffee, and still find yourself waking at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. wondering what went wrong. The truth is, it is not always about how much liquid you drink. It is about how your body changes with age and how certain natural remedies can support it in the right way. Missing deep sleep night after night can make your mornings heavy, your memory weaker, and your heart more tired. But here is the good news. With the right habits, you can guide your body back into balance. Today, I'm going to show you how 4 natural oils already found in many kitchens can calm the bladder, relax your system, and help you sleep through the night without interruption. These are gentle, proven methods that many elders have quietly used for centuries. Before we begin, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Where are you watching this video? What time are you watching it? Please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe so you never miss another helpful tip. So let us begin this journey together and discover how one small step before bed can bring you back the gift of peaceful sleep. Why older adults often struggle with nighttime urination. As we grow older, the body quietly changes in ways we may not always notice. One of the most important shifts is a decline in a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone helps the kidneys slow down urine production at night, giving the bladder a chance to rest. When vasopressin levels drop, the kidneys keep filtering just as they do during the day, filling the bladder more quickly. At the same time, the bladder itself becomes more sensitive, sending signals to the brain even when it holds only a small amount. What once felt like a manageable urge now wakes you in the early hours, disrupting sleep again and again. Lifestyle choices can also make the problem worse without us realizing it. A glass of water late in the evening or a comforting cup of tea after dinner may sound harmless, but often sends you to the bathroom at 2 in the morning. Coffee taken after 3 in the afternoon lingers in the system and stimulates the bladder well into the night. Soups and watery meals in the evening, though light on the stomach, quietly load the bladder with fluid at exactly the wrong time. And for many seniors, common medications such as blood pressure pills act as diuretics, forcing the body to release more fluid just when deep sleep should begin. Underlying health conditions play a significant role as well. For men, an enlarged prostate can press against the bladder, creating frequent urges. For women, weakened pelvic muscles or bladder prolapse can make nighttime trips more common. Chronic illnesses such as diabetes or heart failure shift the balance of fluid in the body, leading to extra strain on the kidneys. These are not always signs of serious decline, but they are reminders that the aging body requires more care and attention. The emotional burden is just as real. Waking up multiple times a night can create frustration, anxiety, and a lingering fear of losing independence. The cycle of poor sleep quickly leads to fatigue, forgetfulness, and even a greater risk of falls during those dark, half-awake walks to the bathroom. Yet, there is hope. By understanding why these changes happen, older adults can make small adjustments that restore some control. With awareness and the right strategies, peaceful sleep is still possible, and each morning can begin with renewed strength. Introducing the solution. Through natural oils. Natural oils are not magic, but they carry compounds that gently calm the nervous system, ease inflammation, and support the natural rhythm of rest. Some contain antioxidants that protect fragile tissues, while others have fatty acids that nourish brain cells and regulate the release of sleep hormones. When used consistently, these oils help reduce nighttime urgency by soothing bladder irritation and allowing the body to relax deeply. Instead of forcing sleep, they create the right conditions for it to arrive naturally. This is especially important in later years when the body responds better to gentle support than to harsh interventions. One reason many seniors choose oils instead of prescription sleep medications is the difference in safety. Sleeping pills can bring quick relief, but they often leave behind grogginess, confusion, or even an increased risk of falls. For someone already worried about memory lapses or morning dizziness, those side effects feel heavy. Natural oils, when used properly, rarely carry those risks. A spoonful of olive oil before bed, or a light massage with coconut oil becomes a small ritual that is both safe and easy to practice daily. This makes oils more than remedies. They become comforting habits woven gently into the evening routine without fear of dependency. The wisdom of using oils is not new. In India, Ayurveda has long recommended castor oil, sesame oil, and pumpkin seed oil for balance and vitality. Elders there recall parents and grandparents applying warm oil to the temples or soles of the feet before bed, trusting its calming power. In the United States, aromatherapy and massage with lavender or olive oil have been embraced as natural ways to relax the body. Across cultures, these practices survived because they worked providing relief without the heavy cost of drugs. For seniors today, drawing on these traditions means reclaiming tools that are both familiar and time-tested. Still, even natural solutions require caution. Oils should never replace a doctor's advice or prescribed medication. If you live with chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, or kidney problems, it is essential to check with your physician before making changes. Think of oils as gentle companions, not substitutes for medical care. They are here to support, not to replace. And with the right awareness, they can become part of a simple, trusted routine that helps restore peace to your nights. Oil number 1. Olive oil. The liquid gold. For centuries, olive oil has been called liquid gold, not only for its rich taste, but also for its remarkable health benefits. It supports the heart by improving cholesterol. Balance nourishes the blood vessels by keeping them flexible and protects the brain with powerful antioxidants. For older adults who worry about memory, decline, or circulation problems, olive oil becomes more than a cooking ingredient. It is a quiet ally. Each spoonful carries compounds that shield the body from age-related damage, helping maintain strength and vitality in later years. When it comes to sleep, olive oil plays a role that many seniors overlook. It is filled with polyphenols and vitamin E, both of which reduce inflammation in the nervous system. By calming irritated tissues and lowering oxidative stress, olive oil allows the brain to regulate its natural sleep hormones more effectively. This means fewer restless nights and a greater chance of staying asleep without interruptions. For someone who wakes often due to bladder sensitivity, even a small reduction in nighttime inflammation can create a powerful difference. Sleep feels deeper, and mornings begin with a lighter, clearer mind. There are several gentle ways to use olive oil at bedtime. Some elders simply swallow 1 tablespoon about 30 minutes before lying down, letting it coat the stomach and provide lasting nourishment through the night. Others prefer stirring it into a cup of warm herbal tea, turning it into a soothing evening ritual. In certain homes, especially among families with Mediterranean traditions, seniors massage a few drops into the lower belly before sleep, believing it helps relax both the body and the bladder. None of these practices are complicated, but each gives the body a clear message: it is time to rest. Let me share the story of Margaret, a 70-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, she woke up twice every night, frustrated that no matter how little water she drank, her bladder would still call out. A friend suggested she try adding olive oil before bed. Within 2 weeks, she noticed something unexpected. Her sleep stretched to 5 or 6 hours without interruption. She told me with tears of relief that she finally felt human again in the mornings, able to enjoy her walks and her grandchildren's laughter without constant fatigue. If you decide to bring olive oil into your evening routine, choose carefully. Always look for extra virgin olive oil since it contains the highest level of protective compounds. Avoid refined or heavily processed oils which lose much of their natural benefit. Keep the bottle stored in a cool, dark place and use it fresh within a few months for the best effect. Olive oil is not a cure-all, but when used wisely, it can be a simple, safe and effective step toward reclaiming the peaceful nights you deserve. Oil number 2. Castor oil. For generations in India, castor oil has held a place of quiet respect in family health traditions. Grandparents often used it to soothe joint pain, ease inflammation, and support smoother digestion after heavy meals. Its thick, slightly nutty liquid was known as a household remedy, taken in small amounts or applied gently to the body. Older adults valued it not only for the physical relief it provided, but also for the sense of comfort that came with trusted natural care. In many Indian kitchens, a small bottle of castor oil still sits alongside spices, remembered as a simple helper for both body and mind. Modern research has begun to explain why castor oil works the way it does. The key compound is ricinoleic acid, a fatty acid with powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Scientists have discovered that it calms overactive muscles in the gut and bladder, reducing cramping and easing the signals that trigger unnecessary urination. For seniors who wake often during the night, this gentle relaxation can make a meaningful difference. Instead of constant interruptions, the bladder remains calmer, giving the brain and body more time in restorative sleep. Ricinoleic acid also supports circulation, which may further reduce swelling in the lower body, another hidden cause of nighttime urgency. There are several practical ways to bring castor oil into a bedtime routine. A common method is to stir a small teaspoon into a cup of warm milk, allowing the body to absorb its calming properties while settling the stomach. Some elders prefer to massage a thin layer into the soles of the feet, believing the warmth and absorption encourage relaxation throughout the body. Others gently rub a few drops over the lower abdomen before lying down, offering direct comfort to the area most involved. These practices do not require much effort, but when repeated consistently, they create a ritual of care that tells the body it is safe to rest. Asha, a 68-year-old homemaker from Mumbai. She had grown used to waking up 3 times each night, blaming age and quietly accepting her fatigue. At the suggestion of a neighbor, she began adding a teaspoon of castor oil to warm milk before bed and massaging her feet with a drop each evening. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her sleep stretched longer and her mornings felt clearer. She told me it was the first time in years she could enjoy her morning prayers without yawning. Her story reflects the quiet hope many elders long for, that change is still possible even later in life. Still, as with any natural remedy, castor oil should be used with caution. Taking too much can upset the stomach or act as a strong laxative, which may leave the body dehydrated. Those with chronic intestinal conditions or recent abdominal surgery should avoid it unless guided by a doctor. The key is moderation and awareness. A teaspoon is usually enough, and more is rarely better. Used wisely, castor oil becomes a gentle ally, offering older adults the possibility of calmer nights, fewer interruptions, and mornings that oil. Number 3. Coconut oil. Coconut oil is one of the few natural remedies cherished in both American and Indian households, and its reputation is well earned. It is rich in medium-chain triglycerides, also called MCTs, which provide a quick, clean source of energy for the brain. Unlike heavy fats that take hours to digest, MCTs are absorbed quickly, feeding the nervous system with steady fuel. For seniors who often feel mental fog or struggle with energy in the evening, coconut oil can quietly restore a sense of clarity and balance. It is not simply food, it is a gentle support for the aging body that many cultures have trusted for generations. The nervous system responds well to the compounds found in coconut oil, and that is where its value for sleep becomes clear. Studies suggest that coconut oil helps reduce stress by lowering inflammation in delicate nerve pathways. It also supports the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals the body to rest when night arrives. By nourishing the brain and calming stress hormones, coconut oil makes it easier for the body to settle into deeper, more restorative sleep. Seniors who find themselves lying awake with anxious thoughts often discover that coconut oil brings a quieting effect, almost like dimming the lights inside the mind. There are simple and practical ways to include coconut oil in a bedtime routine. One of the easiest is to stir a teaspoon into a cup of warm water or herbal tea about 30 minutes before bed. The warmth combines with the oil to soothe digestion while sending calming signals through the body. Some people prefer to massage a small amount into the soles of their feet, allowing the warmth and texture to relax tired muscles. Others gently rub a few drops into the temples or lower belly, creating a ritual that blends physical comfort with emotional reassurance. These methods are not complicated, but when repeated nightly, they can form habits that help the body remember how to rest. Harold, a 72-year-old retired engineer living in Florida, he often joked that his body could build bridges but not sleep through the night. For years, he woke around 2 a.m., his mind restless, his memory foggy the next day. At the encouragement of his daughter, he began adding a teaspoon of coconut oil to warm water each evening. Within 2 weeks, he noticed his sleep stretching longer, and within a month, he felt both sharper and calmer. He told me, "It feels like my brain has finally remembered how to rest." His story reflects what many elders hope for: small changes that restore dignity and energy to daily life. If you decide to try coconut oil, choose wisely. Always look for organic cold-pressed oil since it retains the most natural compounds. Refined versions may lose much of their benefit and even taste heavy. Use only a small amount, a teaspoon is usually enough because more is not always better. Store it in a cool, dark place and use it as part of a balanced approach, not as a cure-all. When used thoughtfully, coconut oil can become a safe and comforting ally, helping you reclaim nights of peace and mornings of clarity. Oil number 4. Pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil is sometimes called a quiet protector for older adults, especially men, because of its rich nutritional profile. It is naturally high in zinc and phytosterols compounds that are essential for maintaining prostate health and supporting urinary function. As the years advance, the prostate can slowly enlarge, pressing on the bladder and creating the frustrating cycle of waking multiple times at night. For women, pumpkin seed oil offers support to calming bladder irritation and improving balance in the urinary tract. Many families in both America and India have quietly added it to meals, not realizing how much it could mean for sleep and overall comfort. The science behind pumpkin seed oil is more than tradition. Clinical studies have shown that men over 65 who use pumpkin seed oil experienced a nearly 40% reduction in nighttime urination symptoms. This is not a minor change, it is the difference between waking 3 or 4 times a night and sleeping for longer, unbroken stretches. Researchers believe that the phytosterols in the oil help regulate hormone activity in the prostate, reducing swelling and improving flow. At the same time, the zinc strengthens bladder tissues and lowers inflammation. For older adults who live with the constant anxiety of disrupted sleep, these results offer not just data, but real hope. There are easy and practical ways to use pumpkin seed oil at home. Some seniors prefer taking 1 or 2 teaspoons before bed, letting the body absorb its compounds directly. Others enjoy mixing it into an evening salad where its dark green color and nutty taste add both flavor and health. Because it is sensitive to heat, it should never be cooked at high temperatures but used raw or at room temperature. Creating a small evening ritual around pumpkin seed oil not only brings physical benefits but also builds a sense of control, reminding you that you still have tools to protect your rest. Let me share the story of Dr. Patel, a 70-year-old physician of Indian origin living in New Jersey. One of his patients, a retired bus driver, struggled with frequent urination and relied heavily on zinc tablets. Dr. Patel suggested trying pumpkin seed oil instead, explaining that food-based nutrients often work more gently and effectively than isolated pills. Within a month, the man reported sleeping 5 hours without interruption, something he had not experienced in years. He said it gave him back the mornings he thought were gone forever. If you decide to use pumpkin seed oil, consistency is the key. It usually takes 3 to 4 weeks of regular use before the body shows full results. Choose a high-quality cold-pressed version and store it in a dark glass bottle to preserve its potency. Do not expect an overnight cure, but trust in the process. With patience and steady use, pumpkin seed oil can become a simple ally, helping older adults regain control over their nights and begin each day with energy, clarity, and quiet relief. How to combine the 4 oils? When it comes to natural remedies, many older adults worry about overdoing it, and that concern is both wise and valid. The first principle to remember is simple. Do not use all 4 oils at the same time. Each one carries unique strengths, but the body responds best when supported gently rather than overloaded with too many changes at once. A safer and more effective approach is to choose one or two oils that match your personal needs. For example, if heart health and sleep are your focus, olive oil may be the right starting point. If prostate support or bladder comfort feels more important, pumpkin seed oil can play a stronger role. The goal is not to collect remedies, but to select wisely, listening to what your body tells you. Once you know which oils fit your situation, it helps to create a simple schedule. Some seniors prefer to use one oil daily for 2 or 3 weeks, then pause and try another. Others alternate every other night, giving the body a chance to adjust without confusion. If you enjoy structure, you can even plan weekly cycles, olive oil and coconut oil during weekdays for energy, and sleep with castor oil or pumpkin seed oil on weekends for bladder support. What matters most is consistency because the benefits build gradually. Think of it like exercise or prayer. The value comes from showing up regularly, not from doing everything at once. These oils work best when paired with calming evening habits. Taking a spoonful of oil, then sipping a cup of warm herbal tea can signal the body that bedtime is near. A short walk after dinner, even just around the living room or backyard, helps digestion and reduces swelling in the legs. Turning off the television and putting away the phone 30 minutes before sleep allows the brain to settle, making the oil's calming effect stronger. Imagine creating a personal ritual, a teaspoon of oil, a few quiet stretches, soft lighting, and a moment of gratitude. This routine not only nourishes the body, but also restores a sense of control, reminding you that restful nights are still within reach. If you decide to try natural oils as part of your evening routine, the way you use them is just as important as the oils themselves. Take them at least 30 to 60 minutes before going to bed, giving the body enough time to absorb their calming compounds. Make the practice consistent, not occasional, because the benefits often appear gradually after 2 or 3 weeks of steady use. Think of it like planting seeds in a garden. The results arrive with patience, not overnight. For many seniors, creating a simple ritual such as sipping warm tea with a spoonful of oil helps the body recognize that bedtime is approaching, making the effects stronger. At the same time, it is important to remember that natural remedies, though gentle, are not substitutes for professional medical care. The information shared here is meant to guide and support, not to replace the advice of your doctor. If you live with health conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, or kidney problems, always check with your physician before adding oils to your routine. A teaspoon may seem harmless, but even small changes can interact with medications or affect sensitive systems. Many older adults carry a quiet burden of fear, wondering if they are making the right choices for their health. By taking the extra step of speaking with your doctor, you protect yourself while still exploring safe natural options. Used wisely, oils can be a source of comfort and healing, but only when balanced with proper medical guidance and careful attention to your body's signals. We have explored how 4 simple oils, olive, castor, coconut, and pumpkin seed, can support your body in ways that medicine often overlooks. Each one carries natural compounds that calm the bladder, ease inflammation, and help the nervous system return to balance. For seniors who feel trapped in a cycle of restless nights and daytime fatigue, these gentle remedies remind us that sleep is not lost forever. With small, steady steps, you can create conditions for deeper rest and quieter mornings without fear or dependency. Now, I invite you to take a simple challenge. Try one of these oils for just 3 nights and observe how your body responds. Write down your sleep pattern, note whether you wake fewer times, and reflect on how your mornings feel. If you notice even a small improvement, share your experience in the comments below. Type the word hope, because your voice may give another older adult the courage to try and reclaim their rest. Healing often begins with one small decision, and your story could be the spark someone else needs. As we close, I wish you nights of peace and mornings filled with energy, clarity, and joy. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and you still have the power to shape your health. If you found this message helpful, please subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell, and share the video with a friend or family member. Together, we can build a community of support where small changes lead to big transformations, one restful night at a time.